could we imagine almost the return of the corporate university here, where, I would imagine, Ford and GM have huge needs right now, especially as they transition their companies into, they're more mobility companies now, right? Autonomous vehicles and technology and things like that. They're going to have huge needs for the workforce. The AI companies are going to have huge needs for the workforce. All these things, like, could you imagine the corporate, especially given universities aren't pumping out what often industry needs, the return of more of these corporate universities?
I think definitively yes, right? Because everyone's talking about skills-based hiring. My skepticism about it is sort of the universality of skills, that I think context matters and culture matters quite a big deal. And so if I'm a company, I think from a strategic perspective, vertically integrating backward into core training actually becomes more important, not less, so that I can shore up my supply chain, if you will, of future workers. And so I think corporate university becomes hugely important. I look at even what Apple University does, right? Internally at Apple, which is really about helping, as I understand it, the management team understand how Apple solves problems, really preserving that culture. This isn't sort of like a nice to have investment. They view it as incredibly strategic. I think more companies, it would be of strategic value to them to go in that direction. And I think, by the way, Jeff, hot take, I think that could be hugely disruptive to business education in a lot of universities, particularly hollowing out, say, exec ed and stuff like that pays a lot of these things.